All right, so I've just gotten to the location a little further downstream than where we searched at in the last video. As soon as I got here, I found something right away. I want to see if you guys are able to spot it. I'm pointing the camera right at it, but can you tell the difference between the flint and the rest of the stones? I'll give you a hint. It's somewhere right in the center here. See if you can spot it. I'll get a little closer. Do you see it? If you think it's this big rock, you're wrong. How about if we take away this big rock? Can you see it now? It's a darker colored flint, and it's right here. This looks like it was probably at one point in time some form of a scraper. So if you initially guessed this, then you were correct. If not, then you need to train your eyes up a little bit better. Flint always stands out to the trained eye because we're used to finding it. We're used to looking for it. But if you're not used to looking for it, it's not going to stand out so much. When you look down the bank and you see a whole bunch of rocks, well, that's exactly what you see, is a whole bunch of rocks, and they tend to blend together. Once you start finding flint, and the more you find it, the more it kind of saves into your subconscious, you know, its shape, its texture, and kind of, you know, how it's worked. It will start to pop out at you, so that when you look down the bank, it'll stand out amongst the other stones. It just takes practice. Let's see what else we can find. So it might be kind of hard to see, but can you see what doesn't belong there? Can you see the flint in this picture? Because I tell you right now, I can. And this is going to be a really good one, as long as it's not broken. Yeah, it'll probably be a good one, even if it is broken. But remember, when you're looking for flint, you're looking for color, and you're looking for shape. What color and what shape doesn't belong in this picture? Can you see it? Let's get a little closer. How about now? Can you see it there? And we have ourselves an arrowhead. And that is a nice one too. It's old. It's a good find. All right, let's see if you can find the next one. Okay, so we've stumbled upon another piece of flint, and there actually might be a few pieces of flint in this general area. But right now we're just going to focus on the first one. Tell me if you can see the flint. We're looking for a typical piece of Ohio flint, which means it'll be what? It means it'll be either be brown or it'll be green in color. A typical piece of flint is usually square or rectangular in shape, and should stand out pretty good. I'm going to zoom in here. Now I know you see it. You see how the color and the shape, the texture, and the smoothness stands out from the rest of the rocks? Were you able to see it from a distance? If you were walking past it, would you have noticed it? All right, well, we've got a larger piece of flint again. Can you see it? Do you see the flint? If you're guessing this, you're wrong. If you guessed this, then you are correct. And it looks like it's going to be a large one. Yeah, it is. It's a nice one, too. That's going to be heavy in the pocket. Here it is, rinsed off. It's a nice heavy piece of flint. Alright, so we found a good one. I'm going to slowly kneel down to it, and I want you guys to see if you're able to identify it. Or spot it. Do you see it? This is not flint. This, not flint. Let's get a little closer. This is flint. And it does resemble some tools that I have seen before, like notching, to notch holes in leather, or as a scraper. It's a nice find. Cool. See if we can find anything else. Alright, so this one's a little different. And I want to see if you're able to spot it. Can you see the flint? Remember to think in your head. Smooth. Think about the colors. And think about the typical shape of flint. And that's actually a pretty piece. It's got a nice color to it. got greens and blues. Whites, browns, and it's obviously been worked a little bit. So I think this was either starting to be napped into something, or was broken off of another piece that was. It's interesting. I hope you're getting better at being able to spot the flint. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. All right, so we just got extremely lucky. This is a good time for me to ask you if you know what exotic flint is. If you don't, you're about to find out. Because we just came across a piece of flint that is literally like 1 in a million when you're out here hunting for these things. And I know you're going to be able to see it. You're going to be able to see it right away. It's amazing. Do you see it? Oh man, I hope it's completely intact. This is awesome. That is a piece of exotic flint. Oh, it's complete. Look at that. That is just beautiful. That is amazing. I think that might be the single best find that I've had all year. It's chipped a little bit right there, but it doesn't matter. Look at that arrowhead. Now that is a larger game arrowhead. And when I talk about exotic flint, I'm talking about flint that isn't typical for the region that it's found in. And this is definitely not typical. So think about it like this. If you were living outside like they did back then when they used these, and you had to make your own tools to survive, and every day you replenished your stock of arrows the best you could anyways by napping more and more flint into arrowheads. But the flint in your region is always brown or always green. Personally, I would be trading with people from other regions to get some different colors, to get some different unique types of flint that serve the same purpose but can kind of capture my creativity a little bit. And let me tell you something, if I had to make arrowheads to survive, I would definitely like this color flint. That is so cool. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. You know, it's hard to think about these people made their own tools, and they were out here surviving, and yeah, they still found ways to be creative and artistic and to have individual identity in their belongings, in their personal items, like this. Somebody put a lot of work into this arrowhead that helped them to survive. To find it intact is just, well, there really aren't words for it. But to me, that for this region, when everything's brown and green, this is remarkable. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I hope you have learned something about finding flint and other artifacts. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.